Hello to my freedom loving woo homies out there. It's your boy Sid, the tarot guy next door, back with a collective tarot reading for the new moon in Aquarius, which will be taking place on Saturday, January 21st. If you are in the Eastern time zone, that'll be at some point in the afternoon. So I'm going to do a 3x5 tableau. And the question I shuffled on, this is playing off of the Aquarius season reading that I pulled. Well, I recorded it yesterday. And I'm going to play off of this by asking, how can we discover our gifts? Because there was a theme of reining in the chaos through creating something and getting like people who are on board with our cause to work better together. So let's see what we can do to, alleviate the analysis paralysis. And just so you know, the collective significator that I've chosen for us is the Page of Wands, who showed up yesterday. And also just note that when I do a tableau with these decks, I do not do reversals. So any cards that come off, any cards that come up reversed, pay them no mind. They will be upright by the time I unpause to give the reading. So the bottom of the deck appears to be the Queen of Pentacles, very fitting. Now let us find the Page of Pentacles in the deck and we'll lay this out. I actually have, I'll say this shortly. I'll say this when I unpause, forget it. Let's just find, there's the Page of Wands here. So boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Empress again. How fitting. All right, I'm going to put these cards in order, turn what needs turning upright, and stare at these a bunch, and I'll see you right now. There are two things that I forgot to say that I'm going to say real quick before giving the reading. First of all, these lunation videos will be changing. I'm demonstrating this now, but I will explain what these changes are, but I'll do that at the very end for those of you who don't care. Second of all, I forgot to mention the 3 oracle cards that I put aside here. You're welcome to pick which 1, 2, or all 3 resonate with you the most. Yeah, I do that all the time. So, in a word, the key message of this reading as to how we can find our gifts is trial and error. The thing that makes that stand out the most is this 7 of Cups that is right next to us, and it's inviting us to just pick one. And I think that, again, playing off of the Aquarius season reading that I gave yesterday, I think part of what is leading to the analysis paralysis that some of us have been suffering, making it difficult to find our path forward, is this idea that there are a lot of options and we're kind of afraid to pick the wrong one. And I think that whatever your gift is that can best help rein in the chaos so that we can at least have a shot at moving forward together towards the freedom that we all desire is the past successes that you have had yourself personally. And I think that if you find the tool that you have honed that has brought you to this point, that can that also makes your heart sing, and to just try to offer that, then you can notice which kind of people you attract to you. So a phrase that came up over and over again while I was staring at these cards is trial and error, and also to attract your tribe and to see which people are drawn to the thing that you're putting out. Because, and it's alluded to by the 5 of Swords here in this column here. We won't be able to please everyone. There's nothing that anyone can do that will please everyone, and something that is inherent in people that believe in freedom is that there will have to be things that we agree to disagree on. And I think that that is, to just keep in mind that that is inevitable, can kind of help you pick one of these cups here so that you can move forward. Now, another thing that I want to, actually, I should recount this because, haha, I'm still getting to know this deck. This is not the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Swords. For most of my time staring at these cards in silence, I thought this was the Ace of Pentacles. I wonder what could possibly make me think that this was an Ace of Pentacles, but I digress. And it's actually inspiring in another way, but let me just count here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we count the bottom of the deck. Pentacles, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting the strength card because it's fire. So in this reading, in this tableau, there's a lot of fire and earth, which brings us back to the thing that that I mentioned during the Capricorn, the Cancer full moon video, which is try to focus on something that solves a tangible problem. I think that keeping that as a goal can be, would be advised based off of these cards. But one thing is for sure, as you try things, and it's okay if you pick, it's okay if you pick the wrong thing and make mistakes at first. None of that offsets the confidence and abundance and independence that you have earned up until this point. You have crossed the threshold, you've earned your independence. And I think as of right now, where most of us stand, it's a question of finding out how our own individual gifts and talents can best combine with the other people around us. But you can't discover that if you don't at least try. Now, this final column here is very inspiring. And I think that if you just, through trial and error, noticing which people you attract to you, that can help you, first of all, develop the resolve to, as you put things out there or offer potential solutions to problems that we have, again, trying to keep it as tangible as you can. As you do that, getting the feedback from people can help you develop the resolve to keep going and actually hone in on what this beautiful, wonderful thing that you have in your belly, that in your womb, that you're ready to spring forth into the world is. And it might involve a combination of your intellect and your intuition. I was really drawn, once I realized that this is not the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess here side by side is a very interesting and telling. But yeah, the path forward, oh my God, I almost went this whole reading without mentioning the Five of Pentacles here because I wasn't too worried about it. I think that if you try, like through the reflection that you have made that has brought you to this point, if you try not to focus on how isolated you might feel, by just picking a cup and moving and trying things, that then you can take the key here that unlocks the door to the Six of Coins that is after this. So yeah, that's why I almost didn't mention it here. Was there anything else that I wanted to discuss? Don't forget that you're sitting on top of something great. And whatever it is that your gift is, again, it's okay if you don't hit the jackpot the first time. And if you just keep trying and getting that feedback and be gentle with yourself while you are going through this process, then you can, find the right people and, spring forth the rest of this reading that I've already hammered in. Now, one thing that I almost forgot to mention also, As I was staring at this card, this feels like the time span of this reading is more than 2 weeks. You know, I do these for the lunations, so technically, like the default time window is like 2 weeks, and this probably has something to do with the huge energy shifts that will be taking place in the sign of Aquarius. That might affect, you know, the next couple decades. This feels like a bigger deal. But again, don't put pressure on yourself. I know I'm kind of I kind of just implied that like the world is at stake or whatever, but that wasn't really my intention. My intention is that I'm inviting you to experiment over the next couple weeks. Or longer. Again, this feels like a longer time window than 2 weeks. But if you experiment and be gentle with yourself, then whatever this world-breaking thing that you have inside of you is, can cause a lot of good. And hopefully we all make it. That sounded more dire than I was intending. All right, I'm going to end the reading there. Let's go to the oracle portion. So for the oracle cards, I basically shuffled on the same question. It's all about how can we find our gifts. So if you pick the Prism Oracle, your card is protection. Well, this is interesting. So this could either mean to take care of yourself while you are experimenting and finding out what your gift is, to like kind of get all these loose radical, free radical atoms that are bouncing everywhere and try to hone them in and get like at least a small portion of them like pointing in the same direction, you know? This could also mean that the gift that you have might be something that helps others feel safe or be safe physically or spiritually or mentally or emotionally or whatever. Good. If you chose the Moonology Manifestations, your card is Full Moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. I have the feeling that people who chose this card might be prone to nervousness. And for this, I think that the key for this group is, if you just remember to be extra gentle with yourself and to give yourself like double permission to make mistakes at first, because you can't please everyone, okay? The more quickly you let go of the desire to please everyone, and that might not be what's at the source of your nervousness, but it's a really common one, which is why I'm betting on that one. The more you let go of that, the more you can, you know, give yourself permission to pick the wrong cup at this phase here. Yeah, that felt like a mic drop. So if you chose the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, one of my favorite Oracle decks, your card is Concentration. Very interesting. This is Saturn in Gemini. Let me just stare at this card for a second here. The symbolism is interesting. What I would say to this group is, please, it's very easy to take what I'm about to say and become paranoid. Please don't shift into paranoia, but be careful who you share your goals with. I think that for you, I was drawn to this imp character sitting on the lips, keeping them shut. Saturn is the planet of no. But I was also drawn to this star in the middle of the spider web here. If you kind of just play it tight to the vest, keep it close to the vest, and selectively present this cup that you've chosen to people, and basically concentrate on the right people, and just take precious, careful steps as you move forward towards giving birth to this wonderful thing that you have inside of you. And also, again, be mindful of, how can I say this? Don't let the paranoia that I kinda inadvertently primed you for make you so paranoid that you don't recognize the tribe that you're actually attracting to you as you're iterating through trial and error, you know? Yeah, that is basically it. So if you were just here for the reading, thank you very much. Please give this video a like, it helps me a lot. And for those of you who are curious about how these things are changing and why it's 15 cards instead of 12 cards that I've been doing, so here's the deal. I want to... The 15 card mini tableau is the spread that I've been using for myself when I do a tableau. I don't always do them, but it's kind of a really good size. I really like this size. And I've been realizing the reason I was using the Golden Dawn deck, despite not being a particular fan of it, is because it didn't have reversals. And reversals with a tableau is just too much for my tiny little brain. And recently I realized, hey, I could just like flip all the reverse cards upright and do it that way. I was having a conversation with a friend actually. He asked me like, hey, if I don't want to use reversals, should I shuffle in a way that doesn't produce reversals? And I told him, it's an agreement that you're taking with yourself before you even start shuffling. So you can shuffle however the fuck you want. And I recently realized that I can do this with the Rider-Waite-Smith type decks. The Lightseer's Tarot is a clear homage to the Rider-Waite-Smith. And I didn't really feel like using my my borderless. It didn't feel like, especially with the Page of Wands who came up yesterday, it just felt like a right choice. It was either the Light Seers or the Tarot of the Divine, and the Tarot of the Divine, it didn't feel right doing a tableau with it just yet. I'm not familiar enough with that deck. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I will be doing 15 card spreads. Which I prefer. The 12 cards that I was doing with the Golden Dawn deck, it felt more like a condensed version, whereas this, I can really like sink my teeth into this. Was there anything else that I wanted to say? No, I think I covered everything. So yeah, that is really what is happening, and I will be using more, you know, pretty decks as I acquire them. I have a couple more coming in soon, and that is it. If you are still listening, thank you so much. I appreciate your interest in how I am iterating through this very channel, and I hope to find ways that I can solve tangible problems. Maybe not so much with these tarot videos, but maybe with other things that I'm also working on. So yeah, I wish you the best. Thank you so much for still watching, and you take care. I'll see you soon.